I was directing a salvage operation on the bed of a river, a fast-moving river, maybe too fast. I had sent a helmet diver down, but now his line was going out. He was being carried by the current. I had given the order to pull him in, but the winch backed up. His line was jammed, tangled on the wreck below. I had to go get him. I got to him okay, and at the risk of both our lives, managed to get him out safely. Did he thank me for saving his life? No, not a bit. He cussed me out because I wouldn't let him go back down. That's the way divers are sometimes, as I was to find out again, only too soon. I was driving up the coast. I had 2 days to kill before my next assignment, and, well, I hadn't seen Ben Crane in years. Hello there, Ben Crane.
I'll be Mike Nelson. Well, Mike, it's been years, huh?
It sure has. Too many of them. Look at this. What do you know, right here in the house? Well, I'm surprised you're not wearing it, just to keep the flies off. Oh, gee, that's wonderful to see you. You look great.
You mean I'm looking old and you can't bring yourself to say it?
Mike!
Hey, this isn't Betty. Ben, this Betty...
Yep, it's me, Mike. Oh, all grown up.
Boy, I'll say you are.
Hey, Mike Nelson.
Well, you might as well meet the rest of the crew,
Gee,
Mike.
it's good to see you, Mike. How are you?
Well, you remember little Bobby O'Mara, don't you?
Bobby O'Mara?
Yeah.
My gosh, the last time I saw you were that high.
I'm breaking him into diving just like I did you.
Look, gosh sakes, look how you've grown.
Listen, Mike, I've been down on the helmet several times, but while you're here, let me try the scuba, would you, Mike? Would you?
You betcha. I'll be glad to check you out, Bob.
Gee, that's good.
Oh, Mike, I'm just fixing something to eat. Will you give me a hand? Don't talk about diving.
What?
Dad hasn't worked in a couple of years.
Oh?
They give all the work to the younger men. He can't face it, and he can't give it up. Mike, maybe if you talk to him.
Okay. When I talked to him, you could have cut the silence with a knife. As it turned out, this was the lull before the storm. Before 2 storms, in fact. One after the other. I'd like to make a suggestion to you, huh? I understand that you haven't been using this kettle of yours for the last couple of years. So, why don't you take advantage of your 30 years' experience and get yourself some men? Start up your own company, huh?
You too, huh? Think I'm getting old. You think I've lost my strength, my wind? Well, I'm as strong as ever, I tell you. Hire some men. You mean stay topside and push a pencil around some charts. Now, listen to me, Mike. I was top diver around these parts for years, not a pencil pusher, and I'm still a diver, you hear? Still a diver! The second storm blew up out of the northeast. A driving gale sweeping down like a giant hand. Down through the suburbs and the city, and out to the bay.
The toll so far is 1 dead and 27 injured. Meantime, reports of damage at sea continue to pour in. Less than an hour ago, the Shaughnessy coastal freighter Little Bertha went down in the storm-tossed waters off Fallow Point. The freighter was caught in the dangerous shoals and capsized, sinking immediately. No casualties.
That was Yuli's boat.
Yuli?
You remember Yuli Olafson? He's Dad's best friend.
I remembered Yuli all right. A tough old walrus, like Ben. They were two of a kind, and pals from way back. We kept that phone busy for an hour, and drew one blank after another. No, we couldn't find Yuli, but Yuli found us.
Yuli!
Ben, I come straight to you. Yes, sir. Oh, excuse me, but this is no time for conversation.
Yeah,
Ben?
Look, Yuli, we heard it on the radio. Thank God you're safe.
Yeah. All my men are alive, too. Only one was hurt. I took him right to the hospital. Then I come straight to you. Ben, I lost my ship. You gotta help me get it up, huh? Now I call my boss and show him I waste no time. Hello? Mr. Shaughnessy? This is Yuli. Yeah. Oh, you heard about it? Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Listen, I was there, so please don't fight with me. First we pull up the ship, then we fight. Already I got the man for the job. Yeah, now you talk to him. The best diver I ever know. This is Ben Crane, Mr. Shaughnessy.
Speaking, Mr. Shaughnessy. That's right. That's right, it was me. I saved that wreck. Oh, so what if it was a long time ago? I know those waters like the back of my hand. Good. Fine, I'll take a look and give you a report.
Thank you, Ben. Now this load is off my shoulders.
Yuli, Dad, you told me once. Now, maybe I'm wrong. But I remember that wreck off Fallow Point 5 years ago. You said that was no place for a helmet diver.
Little Betty, maybe you are wrong. This diver I know from long time ago. Now, please, let him take care of it. Now I go and see my men.
I'll see you later, Yuli.
Yeah.
Ben, she's right. Now, you know she's right. What are you up to?
I'm sure she's right. There's a regular riptide at Fallow Point. And a helmet diver can't fight it. But a skin diver. Now, Mike, I know that you only have one day left, but so do I. Now, I can't dive on that wreck tomorrow, not till the mud settles. So tomorrow, Mike, you teach me how to skin dive. Tomorrow.
In 1 day?
1 day plus 30 years. Well, what do you say, Mike? Can you teach an old dog new tricks?
I could teach an old dog new tricks, and I was darn happy to. Ben took to it right away. 30 years of experience made him a natural. I showed him how to remove and replace his mouthpiece. I demonstrated how inhaling makes you rise and exhaling makes you descend. I checked him out on all the basics, and then it was time to go topside. We came back down underneath the pier for some heavy work this time. The water was murky here, and the light dim. I halted Ben and started driving a spike into a piling. This was to be a test of teamwork. Ben was to take the line that we were carrying off to another location. I sent Ben off on his mission and stayed behind to make the line fast. Ben was out of sight, somewhere in that murky twilight world. Only the tension on the line told me that he was there. Suddenly, the line went slack. I raced in the direction that Ben had taken, searching. Ben was in bad shape. He was in desperate pain. But worse than that, he didn't know which end was up. I started him toward the surface. Your ear paining you?
It's all right.
That's why you lost your sense of direction, huh?
I really goofed that time, huh?
Couldn't you clear properly?
I cleared all right.
You been having any trouble with your ears lately?
Yeah.
What kind of trouble? Infection?
I thought I got rid of it, huh?
You probably busted your eardrum down there. Ben, you know your sense of direction's in your ear.
I know.
When you're scuba diving, you don't have a lifeline to guide you like you do when you're diving hard hat. Without a good sense of direction, it's dangerous. You're not going to be able to take that salvage job, Ben. You hear me, Ben?
I hear you.
Sorry. I thought Ben Crane was finished with the salvage job at Falla Point, but I had reckoned without the old man's stubborn determination. Before dawn next morning, while the rest of us slept, he was up and moving.
Captain Olafson. Oh, Ben. Well, this is fast work. Sure. I get the diving tug.
And the compressor. And the lines. Everything. Right away, Yulee. Right away.
Goodbye.
And I'll take the cotton out of your ears. Are you awake now? And now listen, Bob, I want you to bring the truck around right away. That means 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, Ben, okay.
What are you doing, huh?
Listen, Ben,
Are you with me or against me?
I'm with you, Ben, but didn't you say that Falla Point was no place for a diver?
Well, never mind about that. Let's get going.
I can't.
Oh, come on. If you're not with me, then get out. Now, I mean it. Out. Come on. Now, Yuli, this is very important.
Yeah.
Don't give me any line unless I give you a signal.
Yeah.
But if I give you a signal, you give me line.
Sure.
Now, 1 jerk, more line.
1 yard.
4 jerks, and up I come.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now, Diver, you go down and you say hello from me to Lil Berta, huh? Ready?
Ready.
More line.
The current at Fallow Point was as bad as it was cracked up to be. Ben had to fight to move across the sunken deck. Ben was pinned tight, helpless, and his lifeline was snagged. Yuli upstairs couldn't even sense what had gone wrong.
Hi!
Yeah, what is it?
Come to the phone, quick!
Who wants me? Who's on the phone?
Bob, Dad's out of Fallow Point.
Yeah, Bob. Who are you? Okay, now you stay put. We'll pick you up on the way. I'm gonna get in my wetsuit. You might as well get dressed, huh?
Ben don't answer.
Must be hung up. Put my regulator on, will you? All right. See if we can get him on that intercom.
Yeah. Ben?
Say answer, Yuli. No.
You don't think he...
Hold on now, Betty. Hold on.
I got to the ship in no time, and I found Ben a moment later. I signaled on his helmet. There was no response. I didn't know whether he was dead or alive. I traced his airline back. I found where it was snagged, under a heavy pipe. I finally got the pipe free, but there was other debris in the way. I cleared what I could, and for my reward, saw air now flowing from his exhaust valve. This time, when I peered into the helmet, I could see his eyes were open. When I asked him if he was okay, he answered me. I pulled him loose and started to the surface.
Oh, yes, Mr. Shaughnessy. He went down. Over. Yes, sure. He's come up. Over. But I don't know. You'll have to talk to him. He's here. Over. He wants to talk to you. He wants to know how everything's going.
Well, you tell him I quit.
You tell him I'm washed up. Done for. Finished.
No, you'll have to tell him that yourself.
Yeah, well, give me that.
Take it. Mr. Shaughnessy, everything's going fine. Over. Oh, I'm the secretary. Yeah, of the Ben Crane Salvage Company. Over. My name is O'Mara. Bob O'Mara. Over. One-man operation, I should say not. This particular job, for instance, is a job for scuba divers. We have the best crew of scuba divers in the country. Over. Take it? Of course we'll take it. We're already on it. Listen, Mr. Shaughnessy, we'll have that ship of yours up within a week. Thanks, Mr. Shaughnessy. The Ben Crane Salvage Company is known for its promptness. Over. Thanks again. Over and out.
Salvage company? Crew? Where are they?
A week, huh? Yeah, well, I guess it'll be done in a week, huh? Where am I going to get a crew? A salvage company. Hey, come on, get me out of this thing.
Mike knows plenty of skin divers. He'll find you a crew. Won't you, Mike?
Hey, I'll be glad to give you the names of some divers, Ben. You'll have to get your own crew together, though.
Hey, give me those names. I'm the secretary.
Yeah, you bet you're gonna be the secretary as soon as we get back. And as a matter of fact, I'll give you the names on the way back.
That is if Mike gives them to me.
Ben, this fella works fast, huh?
Yeah, let's work fast. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
We got a job. Hello there. I'm Lloyd Bridges. Skin diving is fun and adventure for young and old, but it can be dangerous. So know the sport well and don't take any chances. Be with you next week for another exciting sea hunt.
Great chunks of man's history have been unearthed in caves in southern Europe, where the fossilized remains of our ancient ancestors have been discovered. Now, I was engaged in a search for an underwater cave, where a find of equal importance had been reported. I had been hired to verify the findings. I discovered something else. No ancestor this, but a living, breathing mermaid, fully equipped with scuba and spear. No doubt about it. She was guarding the cave that I was supposed to investigate, and she wasn't about to let me in. I had heard about her. Her name was Anne Prescott. She was the daughter of the cave's discoverer. I knew that she meant business, but I felt if I could talk to her, I might get some results. I signaled her that I'd like to have a little chat with her. She wasn't interested. I decided to play it sneaky. I reached for my air valve, as if I were in trouble. She was a long time taking the bait. I couldn't hold my breath forever. There's an unspoken bond between divers, even when they're enemies. Anne Prescott acted by instinct. She shared her air with me. Together we started for the surface. From now on, it would be tough to keep in mind that we were on opposite sides of the fence.
Thanks. Listen, why'd you come aboard and rest a minute, huh?
I'm not tired.
Well, let me at least take you over to your boat.
The only thing you can do for me, Mr. Snoop, is stay out of my sight.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson. Doc Barrington called on the radio. He wants to see you right away.
Okay, thanks. Tino, what do you think of that girl, huh?
Who, Miss Prescott? She's just a girl.
I thought you Latins were romantic.
It's too hot. Hey, looks like we got company.
Yeah, it sure does. Hey, call Barrington. Tell him I'll get in touch with him later, huh?
Right.
Oh, and you're on back down here. Keep your eyes and ears open, huh?
Will do.
You're Nelson.
That's right, Mike Nelson. I didn't get a chance to thank you. I'd have been in a bad way if you hadn't shared your air with me.
That's all we have in common, Mr. Nelson. Breathing.
Oh, thanks anyway.
My daughter tells me you're curious about our cave down below. Please, Mr. Nelson, do me a favor. Stay away until my work is finished.
Maybe I can help you in some way.
Help? That's the way it was before. Spare me your help, please.
How do you mean, the way it was before?
15 years ago, my father discovered a significant pocket of artifacts believed to be from the ancient Cro-Magnon culture.
That's good, isn't it?
It's very good. The find was of immense importance.
Great. What's that got to do with this one?
find was falsely discredited by one of the men sent to authenticate the findings.
Well, I don't blame you for feeling that way about it, but just because it happened once doesn't mean it's going to happen again.
Perhaps not, but I'll take that chance.
Dr. Prescott, all I want to do is...
I know. Authenticate the findings. You and the Paleontological Society.
This is my helper, Tino.
We know Tino.
Hello, Miss Prescott. Mr. Prescott, I'm working for Mr. Nelson now.
Yes, I know. We'd have liked to kept you on, Tino, but we just couldn't afford it.
I was saying, Dr. Prescott, I'm only trying to do what I've been hired to do.
Yes, to spy on my father. He got to the cave just after you left. He wanted in badly enough to swim right up to my spear.
Now, tell me this, Dr. Prescott. How are you going to get credit for your discovery unless somebody checks it out?
I'll take that risk. No one enters the cave until my research is finished.
That's because of what happened last time, huh?
Exactly. Come on.
Hard to believe a man like that wasn't a good, solid citizen. But you never know about people, especially when ambition bites them. I was as far as ever from completing the job that I'd been hired to do. And my bosses were waiting for me ashore.
Dr. Barrington, mind if I come in?
Well, yes, come in.
I'm sorry I'm late. I got here as fast as I could.
You're very late. Not much time to get this job done.
The International Society has slated the executive meeting on the Prescott discovery for next week.
You see, we've got to have your report quickly. Did you get a look inside that cave?
Yeah, I got to look at it, but not in it.
Well, couldn't you have looked inside? At least long enough to see if there were any signs of excavation in there?
I tried, but there was a guard at the entrance.
You say guard?
Complete with spear gun. And Prescott.
Well, now.
Guard? It's very strange.
That's what I thought, too.
Can't you find any other way of getting in there?
Those samples are pretty important to you, aren't they?
They're the best way we've got to determine the age of the fossils and the artifacts that Prescott has found.
And the exact layer of bottom that he found them in.
Well, let's figure out what we can do here now, huh?
I never could get it straight about the fossils. It seems that big discoveries have been faked from time to time. When that happens, the whole history of man is thrown out of whack because everybody evaluates the finding against the overall picture. Barrington didn't seem to really suspect Prescott of cheating. He just wanted to know the score. But Leslie, well, he seemed to be dead certain. To keep the Prescotts away from the cave, I had made a flimsy excuse to send Tino to their boat. I knew that would excite enough anxiety to keep them busy. Any employee of mine was bound to be suspicious in their eyes. While they kept an eye on Tino, I'd slip down, get into the cave, and get those samples for Barrington and Leslie. I hit bottom, and once again I was in for a surprise. Another diver, and apparently he didn't want to stick around for any social amenities. I went after him, but he had a good start on me. All of a sudden, that ocean was as empty as a desert. Not even a fish in sight. Who was this mystery diver? What was he up to? Now I'd have to work with one eye on my back, not knowing who was down there with me. Or, more important, whose side he was on. As far as the Prescotts were concerned, my plan had worked. Nobody was guarding the cave this time. I swam right into the eerie darkness. But I was under pressure. Dr. Prescott or Ann might turn up at any time. Or the mystery diver might appear. I found a light. That made things easier. No doubt about it. Somebody had been digging here. The cave floor was littered with implements and with fossil chips. Pretty careless, I thought, leaving these bones lying around so casually, if they were so valuable. Time was pressing. I had to get what I needed and get out. I investigated the sack. It contained a plastic bottle which I could use. It also contained some more fossils. Samples of the earth formations that made up the cave floor were just as important as the fossilized bone chips. Their age would help the scientists determine the age of the fossils. I scooped the earth into the bottle. I had samples now of everything that I needed. So far, I had not been discovered. It was time to get out of there before I was. I started for the surface to deliver my samples to Dr. Leslie.
Well, Dr. Leslie, what do you say?
You're sure that all these samples came from inside the cave?
That's right.
The chips are faked. And the femur. Strangely enough, the ooze samples are from the Miocene age.
Well, that would mean that the skull was authentic.
Yes. But you can't get around these fakes.
I agree. Definitely spurious. Well, there's no sense of pursuing this matter any further. It's embarrassing enough as it is. Do you want me to make out the report, Doctor?
Yes.
What do you plan to say?
Just the facts. The original skull would definitely suggest a new line of development to Cro-Magnon man, if found in that cave. We can now say that the entire find was planted, based on the evidence that you uncovered.
Dudley, there's something here I don't like.
That you don't like? Well, it's a hoax, Frank, as you suspected all along.
You're right, Dudley. To think that Prescott could go so far.
Do you believe facts as a scientist?
Yes.
Speaking of facts, this one might interest you. There was no one guarding that cave down there this time. But I saw another diver down there, and it wasn't one of the Prescotts.
Do you suppose that somebody else is interested in that cave?
There's no one else that would have a motive.
Just because I happen to find those fake fossils down there doesn't necessarily prove that Dr. Prescott put them there.
You know, your point is well taken, Nelson, and I'm going to go along with it. Now, all you have to do is go down there and hide and wait till you catch him in the act.
Him? Who's him?
Prescott, or whoever it is. A hireling, probably. Just catch them in the act of either digging or planting a fake. You got it cinched.
Okay.
Catch them in the act and we could close the case. It made sense. But it was easier to say than do. There was Ann again, and her spear, and just as determined as ever to keep me out of the cave. I signaled to her that I wanted to talk. She was in no mood for conversation. I kept indicating that I wanted to go to the surface with her and talk, and she kept pointing her spear gun at me. I took a chance. Ever so slowly, I moved in and pushed the gun aside. Now, when I repeated my request to talk, she signaled, "Wait a minute," and swam into the cave. She returned with her father. Dr. Prescott took over the sentry duty. She swam up with me.
You want aboard, huh? What's this all about?
Come on. I'll tell you when we get there.
Okay. Since we've had the formal chatter, I repeat, what's so important?
Tino, take these tanks of mine ashore and have them refilled, will you?
Say, Mr. Nelson. I understand.
Why so mysterious?
I'll come right to the point. I was in that cave this morning. I picked up some specimens. Dr. Barrington and Dr. Leslie tell me that they're fakes.
My father is certain this vine is authentic.
Now, the find might be, but those samples are phony.
Here we go again.
What do you mean, here we go again?
20 years ago, Dudley Barrington did some field work in the mountains of eastern France. He came up with a Cro-Magnon skull, which made him very famous.
Yeah?
5 years later, my father discovered a skull which disproved everything Barrington claimed. Should have.
Why didn't it?
Because Father was sold out by some men who could have validated his find. Practically drummed him out of the profession.
What you're saying, then, is if your father's claim had been accepted, Dr. Barrington would have been the one who was discredited, huh?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Only more, Mr. Nelson. It's just possible that Barrington, not Father, could have perpetrated this fake discovery.
Oh, that's pretty hard to believe. Dr. Barrington's position.
But don't you see? That's what makes it so difficult for Father. And why this discovery is so important to him now.
It's Barrington. You better get below, huh?
Hi, Mike. Hi. Give me a hand. Glad we got here before you went down.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, there's nothing wrong. Job's over.
Over? Well, you don't have any proof yet.
As much as we need. Well, you're through as of now. You'll get a check from the society.
You can be honest with me. Why are you firing me?
I'm not firing you, Mike. There's just no more need for your services.
Okay, you're the boss. I take it that your report's going to say the claim is spurious, huh?
Of course it's spurious.
I don't know. This is only my personal opinion, of course, but it seems to me that you got to have proof that Dr. Prescott salted that cavern. That it wasn't somebody else who did the job.
For what possible idiotic reason?
Dr. Barrington, I'll give you a reason to disprove my father's claim.
Miss Prescott, why do you say a thing like that?
Save your breath, Dr. Barrington. You'll need it to explain to the society why my father's discovery will make you a fraud.
Well, I'm going to go down and clean out that pocket. And I'll report my findings to an impartial judge. my word as to where they came from.
I'm sorry you feel this way. I'm only doing my job. All right, let's go to shore.
Now do you believe me?
Well, those samples I picked up were phony. Somebody had to put them down there.
Dr. Barrington did, to protect his precious theory.
Well, we'll soon find out.
If I took Anne at her word, Barrington was responsible for those fake fossils in the cave. But he was no diver. How could he have managed it? My mind kept returning to that mystery diver that I'd encountered before. The mystery diver was waiting for us this time. If I had seen him now, I would have recognized him immediately as Tino. Anne saw him. She whirled and shoved me aside. The spear grazed her arm. Tino came at me with his knife. He was a powerful man. I fought with all my strength to hold that knife of his away from me. It would have been comic if I hadn't been fighting for my life. Dr. Prescott was so proud of the new fossil he'd found that he didn't notice either Anne's distress or the struggle going on a few feet away. When he did see what was going on, he knew what to do.
You might as well tell us about it now. You're going to have to sooner or later. It might make it easier for you.
It was Dr. Barrington. He told me not to let you into the cave anymore.
Did Dr. Barrington tell you to kill me? Or was that your idea?
Tino, how could you?
Did Dr. Barrington tell you to put those bones in the cave, too?
Well, it didn't seem bad.
Dr. Barrington. The vanity of the man. He knew what this find would do to his reputation.
Apparently, this was the second time that he tried to pull a stunt like this on you, huh?
Yes, so that his own bogus theory would remain in force.
I really feel sorry for the man. His whole career gone down the drain.
Stolen career.
Father, don't waste your sympathy on him. He didn't mind ruining your career. And if it hadn't been for you, he would have. I don't know how to thank you, Mike. Mike, have you ever been kissed by a paleontologist?
By a paleontologist? Oh, I don't think I even know how to spell the word. I'll be back next week at the same time with another sea hunt story. Plan to be with us again, huh?